and welcome to HCS Connects. I'm Kelly Gorel with Hampton City Schools. Today we've got a great show ahead of us as we've got Enriquez Williams from Hampton High School and Catherine Fox from Kecoughtan High School as we dive deeper into our academies of Hampton and specifically the freshman academies. So welcome to HCS Connects.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you very much.
And the reason that you're here is you were both the principals of the freshman academies at your respective high schools, correct? You oversee the freshman academy.
Yes.
So what is the freshman academy? Who can give me a great overview of exactly what's the freshman academy?
So the freshman academy is, I think in our slightly biased opinion, one of the most impactful academies within Hampton City Schools.
Just slightly biased.
Just slightly biased. Once the freshmen enter high school, they're automatically engrafted into the freshman academy. They are placed on teams. Within those teams, they are with a select peer group. They're with a select group of teachers. And even to the benefit of the teachers, they have that select group of students that they work with all year. They're able to collaborate. They're able to communicate with each other as to what works well, what doesn't work well. What are you utilizing in this classroom with this student or this group of students that I may be able to utilize over here? They have a select ninth grade counselor who is a huge asset to the freshman academy. They help with everything from planning to social issues to behavioral, whatever may be going on. The freshman academy counselor is an amazing asset and has been, I know, for us at Hampton all year. Anything else you want to add?
Just to continue with that bias, the freshman academy is a pivotal part of a young person's life. That is the transition year for them into high school.
Which that's could be very difficult.
Absolutely.
You know,
Very
even thinking back, it's been a long time since I've been in high school. I have a high school child. Mm-hmm. That is a very pivotal year because you're going from that middle school environment
Absolutely.
to the high school, and you're a young adolescent still.
Right.
Yes.
And they're growing and they're learning and there are a lot of decisions to be made. And so we look at that freshman academy as really the foundation for our young people to learn and grow, and we assist them and nurture them in figuring out what high school is going to look like for them and their future beyond. So the freshman academy is extremely important, and I think here in Hampton we've done a great job at really embracing our young people and providing that really cohesive small learning community for our young people to grow in.
So you say small learning community. Mm-hmm. So a lot of us that are parents that have parents of high school or middle school students or even elementary, when we went through high school, there was no small learning community. It was like an English hallway, a math hallway, a science, really probably not often at all did your English teacher speak with your science teacher.
Absolutely.
And you really could slip between the cracks in one class and really excel in another class. So how is that different with those small learning communities?
Well, it's very different now because on our academy teams for the freshman academy and for others, our teachers meet. They meet every week. And in those meetings, they discuss how our young people are doing and young people that may have more needs. And they figure out together through collaboration what's working for some young people, and other teachers use those strategies. It really is an opportunity for our teachers to provide the very best to our young people and meet them where they are and meet their needs.
So you're saying, as if you were a freshman, Catherine Fox, mm-hmm. and you were part of that freshman academy, which all of our students are part of freshman academy.
They are.
Every single freshman is part of freshman academy. It's wall to wall in our 4 high schools. And so Catherine Fox's teachers all speak to each other at least once a week, and they talk about you.
They talk about me, and they're worried about me if they need to be, or they're celebrating me, and and they make that known. They let our young people know when they're concerned, and they let our young people know when they are celebrating them, and that is because they know them all, and they meet, and they have that opportunity.
So we are setting our freshmen up for success.
We absolutely are.
And so let's talk about Success 101, because there's a specific class that they take called Success 101. Tell me a little bit about Success 101.
Yeah, so Success 101 is a great class. I have to say, at Hampton High School, we have some amazing Success 101 teachers.
I'm sure at Kecoughtan too.
I'm sure.
We do. At Kecoughtan High
I'm sure at all
And
of the high
Bethel
schools, I'm
and
sure. But yeah, it sets them up with opportunities and career exploration. It sets them up in exploring their potential academies. It also sets them up to really learn what's out there as far as the community and the business partners that are available to them. One of the things most recently within our Success 101 classes has kind of been the hub of our PBLs, which is where
What is a PBL?
a project-based learning
Okay, I just got to make sure that we
Yes.
spell that out for our non-educational folks that are watching.
So during this, in our Success 101 classes, our students grouped together and they pointed out a problem that they saw within the community or within their specific age group. So we had everything that ranged from environmental issues to financial literacy, to how to best transition students from middle school to high school, revamping some of the things that we already have in place. And it's been a great experience to put them in a position where they're able to look at things from a broad lens outside of what affects them personally, because as teenagers, as we've all been, it's very easy to focus on what affects me right here and right now.
Oh, absolutely.
But to put them in a position where they are able to look out into the world and say, all right, this is the problem, what can we do to help solve that or remedy that? It's been amazing to see them think through those problems and to really process how they can be an asset to their communities.
So what an opportunity for our young people, our freshmen, to have this freshman academy. And I'm going to bring it back to small learning communities where they've got teachers that collaborate weekly and talk about their students that kind of travel amongst that team.
Right.
But they also have this class called Success 101 where they're not just talking like English, math, science, history, but they do.
Right.
But through a career lens.
Absolutely.
Because they don't select their academies until that 9th grade. Well, they do their choice in 9th grade and they
Right.
start their academies in 10th grade,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
So that Success 101 is really setting them up for success. I hate
Absolutely.
to sound corny there, but it is to help guide that decision making. So tell me a little bit about the decision making and the process of selecting an academy.
Well, again, that process is a focus in Success 101. I think the Success 101 format helps young people make good decisions, and it helps them explore who they are and what they like. And then we all, as a team, and including our parents, work with our young people on making that decision on what academy they might like to join.
And it doesn't have to be, if you're at Kecoughtan, it doesn't have to be an academy.
Absolutely not.
At Kecoughtan, or if you're at
Absolutely
Hampton,
not.
it doesn't have to be Hampton. It could be any of the 4 high schools.
And that's how we do explore it as a division, and what's available in our division, letting our young people know that there are opportunities and options available at all 4 high schools, and we're hopeful that one of those options will be the one that you will find through Success 101, that's where you might be interested in continuing your learning.
And there are division-wide events that we have.
Yes.
I know back in the fall we had our career expo. I want to say there was well over 100 business partners, and all of our freshmen came in that day and had the opportunity to really go to different booths and interact with local businesses, smaller, larger, 501c3s were there, nonprofits. They had that opportunity to explore careers through that event.
Right.
And then I know what's coming up for the spring, and has been a tradition since we went wall to wall with our freshman academy 3 years ago, is that commitment to graduate.
Yes.
That really pumps them up to want to stay focused and stay on track and graduate with their class. So we do have some division-wide events that are there for all our freshmen, which are so exciting. I mean, I never had that as a freshman,
is.
No.
ever. But what does Freshman Academy look like specifically in Hampton? I know everybody has a little bit of their own culture and feel to it.
Right. At Hampton High School, the Freshman Academy is a very involved academy. Like at all of the schools, yes, we have the small learning communities where we have the teachers who communicate my freshmen also know that at any given time, if they come up to me or if I stop them in the hall, my laptop's always there. So that may also be an opportunity for me to say, hey, while you're here, let's look at your grades. How's this recovery coming along?
You gotta love technology.
Absolutely. It's so convenient. So, but at this point in the year, they've kind of gotten used to it. So they definitely want to be on their toes at all times. We also, aside from academics, we have really tried to push the social learning environment and that bonding and that camaraderie. One of the things one of the suggestions or issues that our students brought up with that transition from 8th to 9th grade is that they were with a small group 8th grade, and then they were kind of just dispersed into high school with everyone that they would be in high school with, and they felt like they never really got the chance to know each other and to grow and bond prior to that. So we have several social activities throughout the year as well. We had our freshman frenzy football game right at the beginning of the year where all of the freshmen could come in, and they came to a football game. We bussed them all to the football game, and we all sat in one section together. We took pictures. Most recently coming up, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Talking about pictures, I've seen you on social media as well.
Yes.
What are you doing on social media?
So, first semester, I started what was called the Freshman Friday Twitter Takeovers,
Yes,
which
I've seen that.
are coming back, just not on Fridays. Being new in this role, of course, I realized that Fridays are a very hectic day for me as an administrator, for the teachers, as well as the student. So it's going to be transitioning to Tuesday Twitter Takeovers.
There you go.
And, I think that'll be a better day for all of us. And basically what I do is I shadow the freshmen throughout the day from the time they get off the bus till the time they leave. That may include sporting events, that may include practices, it may include band rehearsals, whatever that student has going on. And I think it's a great opportunity for the students to realize that they are looked at and valued as individuals and not just
A day in the
as a
life
collective.
of what it looks like also your freshman year.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a long time since any of us have been freshmen. So
Maybe you a little bit more recently than me, but that's okay.
maybe by a few years. But it gives us the opportunity to really shadow them and see what they encounter from day to day and what their classes look like and what excites them at their age. And anytime you willingly turn over a social media account to a student is a win for them.
Oh, absolutely. So, Catherine, tell us about Kecoughtan. Now, with the Freshman Academy, and I know it's very similar in all the schools, but you all have experiences for the students inside the classrooms, correct?
We do. We have experiences inside the classrooms, and one of those experiences we do internal field trips. Our young people get the opportunity to see what we offer, what academies are offered at Kecoughtan High School. And we like to look at the freshman experience at Kecoughtan as a very nurturing experience. Our freshman academy sees a lot of myself as well as Ms. Donowa, which is their counselor. We work very closely together to kind of nurture our young people through this experience because, again, as mentioned, this is pivotal for them, and there's a lot of change going on. So we try to be as supportive as we possibly can through this experience. And some of the fun things that we like to do, we love to celebrate our young people. So we are looking forward to planning our celebration for the post-commitment to graduate ceremony, and we're having a carnival in the spring that all of you will be invited to. That will kind of highlight our PBL, our project-based learning.
So, just kind of wrapping it all up, we have the Freshman Academy at all 4 high schools.
Yes.
That is that pivotal year where they're really learning about high school. They're learning about what's available to them beyond high school to help make some good choices as far as the academy that they may like to go ahead and apply for. When I say apply, it's not an application process.
Right.
It's not based on grades. It's really their interests.
It is.
Absolutely.
And putting in their choice as far as where they would like to go. But extremely important, almost like you said, one of the best academies in Hampton City schools because it's right there supporting like 14, 15-year-olds, correct?
Right.
Back 14, 15, that's a hard age.
It really is.
Well, anything else that you think that we're missing that we'd really like to talk about the Freshman Academy before we wrap up?
that Hampton City Schools has the best freshman academy in the nation.
I will agree with you there. Yes, I think that, really it is an opportunity that we're presenting for all of our young people. And I mean, how can you support them anymore? This is just fantastic. So, well, thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you
today.
again for having us.
Thank you.
Excellent. And thank you for joining us on HCS Connects. In the meantime, stay connected with us. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Jump over to our website or our YouTube channel. Thanks and have a great day.